Hello everybody, meteorologist Keith Gibson here in the First Alert Weather Center. Hopefully you've had a great weekend, very warm and summer-like as we would expect in late July. We will start our weather chat just in a matter of moments here. I'm waiting for some folks to gather up on the stream. If you are watching on our app, thank you so much, and also on our Facebook feed and social media, of course, and also our stream online or your smart TV. Great to see you tonight. All right, so we've had a warm and humid day today. We've had some scattered downpours. Let's get into the gist of what we have to talk about here tonight. First, let's go to Oshkosh, where we are wrapping up today. The last day, earlier today, was the last day of AirVenture. Things have settled down. We had some downpours earlier, but we still have some wet weather. We will show you First Alert Viper Max in just a split second here. Hey, Bruce, great to see you from Appleton tonight. Let me bring myself up here with the dual box setup right here. All right, so these are the current numbers. It is just before 8 o'clock, 7:58 on my clock. We are now in the 70s in most spots. Wapaka is still at 80. It's a very muggy evening out there. There's a little bit of a breeze in some spots stirring up the air, so it's not completely stagnant, but temperatures are in the 70s, and the dew point, wow, the dew points have really come on up as promised. Great to see you, Kay. And Bruce, thanks for tuning on in as well. Yes, this is what we call air that you can wear because it is very humid. And unfortunately, we are going to stay very humid for the entire week, probably through at least Saturday of next weekend. It's going to be pretty sticky around here. And it's really going to be just a very sticky pattern for the next week or so before hopefully we get a little taste of some drier air by the end of next weekend. So it's tropical locally and across the entire region. Really areas east of the Rocky Mountains right now, the whole eastern two-thirds of the country are just very soupy, and that's the weather pattern that's going to be as we go throughout the course of this week. So that is where we stand. It's warm, it's humid. And those dew points, as we keep talking about, anything above 60, pretty uncomfortable. And we've got low 70s now, and we're thinking really through Friday, upper 60s, low 70s. Basically what we have now is going to be with us here as we go throughout the work week. Now, by next weekend, yes, there could be a bit of a cold front that will come on down, perhaps by late Saturday, definitely by Sunday. Well, hopefully by Sunday, maybe Saturday. That's how I should phrase it. Nothing's definite in the world of weather, but we know that at least the next 5 days, it is going to be very, very sticky. So that's where we stand as far as that goes. And you factor in the dew points, the temperatures that will be about 85 to 90 each day away from the lakeshore. So the heat index could actually be climbing into the low 90s on any one of these days. It's going to be pretty tropical around here. I think by the middle of the week with some sunshine, we'll have some pretty nasty heat indices around here too. So that is the heat and humidity. And now let's get into the rain discussion, the storm chances. We know it's going to be muggy. We've had about 0.2 of an inch of rain officially reported in Oshkosh today. That's the only official reporting station. Well, Sheboygan reporting 1/10 of an inch. Very few official airport stations reporting rain, but we have had some showers elsewhere. You certainly know it. They've been pretty sporadic here. So let's get right to the chase here and go to First Alert Viper Max, and I'll bring this up full. I've got to go over and interact with this thing. But we've got some pockets of downpours still occurring right now. From near Freedom, Seymour, back to New London, west of Hortonville, there's a little bit of lightning in this activity. Not a lot, but there has been some thunder from time to time here. And of course, these showers are welcome when it's nice and humid, but the trade-off here is once the showers move away, if you do get rain, then it's going to be a little bit more humid in the time after that. So it's a blessing and a curse as far as rainfall. Let's zoom out and see what we have going on. Those showers we have here will be winding down over the next couple of hours in thunder. Not too much more left down to the southwest. It's beginning to wane down that way. So we will have a little bit of rain for the next little while, and then a lot of this will be going away, but our chance will return tomorrow. So that is where we stand with the current radar situation. Now, some of us have had at least estimated by First Alert Viper Max over 1/4 of an inch of rain today. By and large, the majority of our area has been rain-free here today. But let's see. All right, Brian, nice to see you. Dale asking about Friday at the State Fair. We'll have to go in, and there will be some storm chances later on this week across the southern part of the state. So we'll have to see how things shake out later on this week. All right, Paul joining in tonight as well from Algoma. So great to see you. All right, so here's the bigger picture. Let's zoom out of the rain and talk about what is interacting with our region right now as far as weather. And we have two little swirls. It's hard to see right here, but there's an upper area of low pressure right here that has been moving from Illinois into Wisconsin today. That has been kicking off the showers and thunder showers we've had. Now there's also an area of low pressure. You see the swirl? This is out here in Montana. And this will help drive some activity in our region tomorrow. So it doesn't look like we're going to have widespread organized severe weather, but there could be some strong storms tomorrow. I think the big concern is going to be some locally heavy rainfall. So that is what we are watching out for. A couple of swirls in the atmosphere. Our rain tonight will be fading away, but we'll watch out for some scattered rain and storms tomorrow, keeping the severe weather outlook in the low category here, but some locally heavy downpours, a distinct possibility with the warm and humid juiced up atmosphere we have. First Alert Pinpoint Predictor, just got this in. This is the latest and greatest. Now, this is not gospel, folks. I always try to say this is just one solution, but we have similar solutions with other computer models, and we think tomorrow is going to have a higher chance of rain overall. Starting the clock 10 p.m., rain will be fading away. And then as we get into tomorrow morning, I think we'll have some low clouds try to redevelop late tonight, tomorrow morning. So it could be a bit gloomy, a little bit overcast in the morning. There are some signs that there could be a little bit of wet weather in some places here early Monday. I think most of us will have a dry commute on Monday morning, but there is a chance for a little bit of wet weather for the first part of the day. This is midday. We'll start to see a little bit more sunshine, I think. Variably cloudy, we'll call it. And by the early afternoon, we'll start to see some rain and storms bubble. This run of predictor is hinting that there could be some development up towards Door County that could be associated with a bit of a lake breeze. So that's still something that is uncertain, but there could be, most likely will be, some additional storms back to the west and northwest. You can see some of these blossoming by about 5, 6 o'clock. And some of these could be producing some good heavy rainfall rates and some thunder and lightning. So we'll have to see how things blossom during the course of our Monday afternoon. Again, temperatures will be in the 80s, plenty of humidity, a little upper air disturbance moving through, and there definitely could be, there will be a better chance for some showers and storms by late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. This is 7 o'clock. I know we have the Barry Manilow concert in Green Bay at the Rush Center tomorrow. If you're venturing to that, you may want to just have an umbrella with you heading to the event, or a rain jacket. I don't know if you can bring an umbrella into the arena, but just be prepared. There could be some wet weather around outside of the Rush Center tomorrow. This is 9 o'clock. That could coalesce into a bit of a line and then shift to the southeast. Don't know if this solution is actually going to pan out the way you see it here, but we will have some showers and storms tomorrow afternoon and evening. Tuesday is going to be a day of lesser rain chances, probably some lower clouds in the morning, and then we'll go partly cloudy, warm and steamy. Don't really see a lot of rain on this run of predictor, so we bumped down the rain chance to 20% or less on Tuesday. Tomorrow it's about 60, so that will be the better rain chance, will be Monday. Now, talking about later this week, it's going to be interesting to see what happens after Tuesday, because this is Wednesday morning. There could be and I say could be, there could be a storm complex way out west during the day Tuesday that will come down to the southeast and move into parts of Wisconsin Wednesday morning. And then there could be more after that. So I'm going to show you a bigger picture of that in just a split second, so hang tight. So that is a near-term solution. Now, as far as moisture potential, some of us could get socked with some significant rainfall through tomorrow. Many spots may not see a lot of significant rainfall, but some of you could easily get over an inch depending on where the heavier storms set up tomorrow. This is one solution here, and this is the updated run with Predictor, again, through Tuesday afternoon. Really spitting out some big numbers here, but those numbers are really based on where there could be some heavier storms. One, we don't know where the storms are going to be, and two, we don't know how many of them there actually will be. But the atmosphere will be juiced, and these could be some significant rainfall producers. I know it's been dry of late over the last couple of days here. So this is going to be spotty. Not everyone's going to see these higher end totals, but over an inch is not out of the realm of possibilities wherever the showers and storms happen to set up. So that is what we're looking at as far as rainfall potential tomorrow. It's not guaranteed, but it's a possibility for sure. Now, severe weather. Are we going to have widespread severe weather? Unlikely. Now, I'm showing you the official severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. This is for tomorrow night. We've got this level 1 southwest of Green Bay. We've got the non-severe to the northeast. I suspect this is going to change. The level 1 could be shifted and just broad brushed across all of our area. I still think the risk of severe weather tomorrow on a widespread basis is low, but we will continue to watch out for that potential for some heavy rainfall. So that is the way it's trending. Now, Tuesday, our odds of storms in general go down, but there could be several waves of storms that will go from northwest to southeast on Tuesday and even later this week as this weather pattern sets up with a big heat dome and a storm track that will be going to the northeast of that heat dome. So let me show you that here. This is the work week weather pattern. It's been very hot across the west and across the south. Now this big area of high pressure, this heat dome is going to build back to the west a little bit, and that will put our area, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, Iowa, in this northwest flow pattern in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And when that happens this time of year, we tend to get storm complexes. And this is Wednesday afternoon, and I don't have a timestamp on it. I'm looking at my timestamp on the computer here. That would put us in this potential storm zone, and that is something that we will be watching out for, because these storms will fire out in the Dakotas, and then they will tend to ride down with the upper level flow to the southeast. And this is a typical summer weather pattern. And the storm complex can produce heavy rainfall, damaging wind, especially if they do happen to organize. And we are not totally out of the woods as far as severe weather this week. It's all going to be based on where these storm complexes develop and then track on during the middle to end of the week. So this is Wednesday afternoon, and this is Thursday about noon. So there could be a few more showers and storms that have merged into some sort of a complex or two across the upper Midwest. And again, some of these may or may not affect northeastern Wisconsin. I would say the southern part of the state and Illinois and Iowa may be in better alignment for some of the more intense activity later this week if it happens to occur. And this is Thursday evening. Again, there could be some showers and storms moving on through the region, southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, and parts of Iowa. So whatever happens here on this northwest flow pattern is still up in the air, but the pattern is going to set up, and we'll just take it day by day to see how that all shakes out. Now, going into Saturday, this is Saturday at 8 o'clock, and there are signs that there could be a bit of a cold front or cool front or whatever you want to call it that will be trying to sneak on into the northern part of the region. That could spark a few showers and storms. Keep in mind we have family night at Lambeau Field for the Packers. At this point, it looks warm and dry, but wherever this front happens to be Saturday evening will determine the end result. But if that front does happen to develop and move through our area, that could kick down the humidity a couple of notches for the end of next weekend into early parts of next week. So that would be something, that would be the first thing that would help to clear out the humidity. If you don't like this warm and humid air mass, we're really going to have to wait at least a week to have a chance to kill some of this humidity that will be around. So that is the big picture with the weather pattern for the coming work week. Again, better chance of rain and storms tomorrow. This is Tuesday. The odds of rain will be diminishing, but as we mentioned, I've zoomed things in a little bit tighter on the region. This is Wednesday afternoon, 4 o'clock. A couple of the storm complexes could be moving across central and southern parts of the state into Illinois, and this is Thursday. So really focus on the southern part of the state, southern part of the region, and going into Friday too, before we probably get a little bit of a break on Friday and most of Saturday too. But here is that boundary. If it does happen to develop across the region, this is Saturday 8 o'clock, and this little boundary could come down and help to give us a little bit of a break in the humidity. But again, we'll be watching Saturday evening closely because it's a big event there at Lambeau Field, Packers Family Night. So that's where we're headed. Hopefully that clears up where we are going to go over the next couple of days. A warm and humid day and warm and humid weather pattern days, many days that will be steamy. Lows tonight, 60s to around 70. The ACs will be humming all night long, all week long. And tomorrow, I'm thinking low to mid 80s, a little bit cooler lakeside, probably a little bit warmer inland, but it all is going to be based on where we see the biggest breaks in the cloud deck, and happen to see some of those storms that pop up a little bit earlier. You may be a little bit cooler. If you don't see a storm until later on in the day, it could be a little bit warmer. But upper 70s to mid 80s, very similar to what we had today with very high humidity. And our hourly planner on Monday, most of us in the morning should be probably rain-free for the morning commute, but we'll see. Some of us could have some wet weather 6, 7 o'clock, but odds will be a little bit higher by midday and going into the afternoon and evening. So that is our Monday here, another steam bath for us. Your 7-day, let me pop that up full screen here real quick. I've got humid all the way through Saturday, mid 80s to around 90. Pretty good chance of rain and storms tomorrow, much lower Tuesday, Wednesday, perhaps a little bit higher Thursday, lower again Friday, Saturday. Not all those days will not be washouts by any means, but there will be some storms around. I've got the highest odds tomorrow for sure, and we'll see about Thursday. And really, it's just going to vary what happens later on this week, wherever those storm complexes happen to go. Overnight lows will be in the 60s to around 70. No big changes for the next 5 to 6 days. What you see is what you're going to get. Plenty of warmth and plenty of humidity and just downright sticky stuff. The average high is 81 degrees, and the first day of August, I believe, is Thursday. So we will close out the month on a very warm note and start August on a very warm note. And then we'll see what happens by next Sunday. It could be a little bit drier, less humid. If high pressure comes on in from Canada, it could give us some pretty nice weather. But overall, it's going to be a bit of a steam bath here for the week ahead. So that is what we got going on. And just a real quick, let me go back to First Alert Viper Max. If you're just tuning into the live stream here, we'll go back to radar and go back to the current picture before I let you go and have a great rest of this Saturday evening, or Sunday evening now. My days are all messed up. It is Sunday evening, and this is what we have, the latest and greatest. Some pretty good downpours near New London, right over New London right now, Black Creek, between Seymour and Pittsfield. And this activity is lifting from south to north. And it's not going to be with us too much longer. Not too many lightning strikes in this in general today, but this is what we have out there on our Sunday evening. But do be prepared to deal with at least a little bit of wet weather tomorrow in some spots here, as we'll have that slightly better chance of rain area-wide with that little disturbance coming on in. So there's a look ahead at the next 7 days, and hopefully you are now prepared to deal with the heat and humidity. Yes, it's going to be a steam bath all week long. Thanks for tuning on into our stream tonight. We'll hope to see you on TV tonight at 10 o'clock, and have a great week ahead.